To all black people, it's something that's being hidden from you that's so powerful, something that will change the whole foundation of everything you believe about reality, something that'll fill in all of those missing links and answer some of those unanswered questions that you've always had despite all of the knowledge you think you have, something that will eliminate most of the theories that make up your foundation and give you the facts as opposed to those theories. The reason I know what I'm saying is the truth is because of this. In the black conscious community, we Egyptian minded. We love Kemet. We love Nibiru. We love Sirius star system. We love space talk and flying saucers, and we like to say we're extraterrestrials and all of this pseudoscience. Only thing I want you to realize is that as far as you guys know, civilization started in Africa. So let's just deal with that. Okay, I can meet you there. We can deal with that. It's a fact that at some point in the beginning, Africans were flat earthers and that they believed the earth was flat. This is a fact, okay? At some point, our great ancestors, African ancestors, believed that the earth was flat, and out the long amount of generations and as our sciences developed and as things changed and we started, studying nature, we learned about the solar system and we learned that Earth was a globe, supposedly. Well, this is one critical moment in history we need to investigate, because what I find through extensive research is that our early African ancestors never abandoned their flat Earth cosmology, and that the only time a globe was introduced to the Africans was by the Europeans. And I can prove this. Eratosthenes, Nicholas Copernicus, and even some of the early Ptolemies. The pagan traditions and all of the dumb practices of those Europeans, for example, they brought over Christianity and gave the Africans the Bible. But what most Africans don't know is they didn't just give us the Bible, they gave us the globe along with it. And today, that's the first thing they give us in the school today. And if you look at any Christian organization or anywhere there's a Bible, there is a globe close by. Because the Bible and the globe go together. In order for them to scare our African ancestors into believing in their gods, they had to get rid of our African cosmology. Our African flat earth cosmology taught that the earth was an infinite plane and that we was protected by the sky goddess Nut. And with that cosmology, they couldn't convince our ancestors that their God would throw Earth into the lake of fire or cause chaotic cataclysms in the heavens. Because you got to keep in mind that those Europeans even came up with the practice of Saturnalia/Christmas based on their fear of how they thought the heavens were and how they didn't understand what the Africans understood. The Europeans had a cosmology that induced fear because they didn't understand. People fear what they don't understand. They believed in things like major cataclysms and different planets crashing into Earth, Just like they believed that the sun wasn't going to return every year, so they did these pagan practices to make the sun come back in their mind, because they wasn't aware of the stability of Mother Nature's design. You got to keep in mind that if the solar system that Copernicus and Eratosthenes gave to our African ancestors were real, we wouldn't be looking up in the sky today seeing the exact same constellations in the exact same places that our ancient ancestors saw them in. Someone's wrong. And it can't be the ancients, because their cosmology is stable. If you learn about ancient cosmology, it teach about how our all of our constellations and stars in the night sky, you have fixed stars and wandering stars. I get into that in a previous video. But all of these stars revolve around the stationary North Star Polaris, which is above the North Pole, which goes into all of your Santa Claus North Pole reverence. If you notice in all of the ancient cosmology, there's a huge reverence to the tree of life or the North Pole. There's only one magnetic pole, and that's the North Pole. The South Pole doesn't exist. People still going below the equator, and their compass isn't pointing to magnetic south. All compasses point to the center of the circle, which is north. Prove me wrong, okay? I tell you what, if you guys prove me wrong, I'll even do the Soldier Boy challenge, and that's out of my character. But I'm a very humorous guy. I would nail the Soldier Boy challenge if anybody can produce for me a solar system, earth balled up universe that they give us, Neil deGrasse Tyson and all of them give us today. If you can show me that carved in the Egyptian pyramids, you can show me that carved in our ancient walls, I'll do the Soldier Boy challenge and admit that I was wrong. But I tried, I searched and searched, and I couldn't find in no early ancient cosmology a solar system. I only found it when the Europeans arrived with their chaotic, fear-inducing cosmology. One thing we haven't let go yet in the Black conscious community is the Europeans' cosmology. And this hides a lot of mysteries about ourselves and stuff that we still trying to figure out today. Our ancestors was never globe heads. They deceived us by teaching us and going back and glorifying the globe with ancient Egypt. And since they know black folks so thirsty to feed our ego, we'll accept anything they say, just like we accept the fact that we extraterrestrials and all this stuff based on a pseudoscience that's seeded out there to us by Europeans. There's a lot we don't know about our history. The fact that there was a collective effort to rule over the masses, and that collective effort was always a mixed bloodline. So there are no races. What we're talking about, rulership over the masses, started during the first dynasties. And it was just like you see today, people of all color ruling over people of all color. But there's a lot that we don't know. And like I said, you cannot find a solar system or the earth anywhere carved on the Egyptian pyramids or the walls anywhere. And I find it strange that a lot of Kemetic folks glorify Egypt so much, and they go to those pyramid walls to prove they points about everything. But when Brother Sanchez asks them to find a solar system, they can only go to Sumeria. The only place you can find anything carved in the wall that's similar to anything like a solar system is in Sumeria, which it all don't add up. None of this stuff don't make sense, y'all. Horus is the horizon, which never bends. If it bends, it wouldn't be horizontal. It's called a horizon because it's horizontal, not because it's curved. All right, it'll be a curvizon if it curved. Black people, I'm begging the bottom of my heart, because this is one thing that y'all turn y'all heads against and don't realize that how deep the deception goes. Why do you share the same cosmology as your enemy? Why do you and the Pope both love the sun? Why do you and the Pope believe in the same universe and have this concept of space? There is no space. There is no emptiness in between humanity and the creator, creatress of the cosmos. We are enclosed in the cosmic egg, and rainbows prove that we are enclosed with the sky goddess Nut protecting us. That's the arch of the covenant. The ark of the covenant is the arch of the covenant. People, I'm begging y'all, black people, extraterrestrials are fake. It's pseudoscience, and we don't come from no extraterrestrials, because outer space is fake, and stars and planets aren't solid places you can land on. They are luminaries, as spoken of by our ancient African ancestors. It's so much we don't know, y'all, and we don't want to go and question a lot of our great teachers who believed in the same globe I once believed in. But they need that globe to keep humanity blind. Once y'all throw away the globe, the enemy gonna be exposed. He's hiding behind that globe because he's hiding behind outer space and all of the pseudoscience to hide the fact that he really don't know what we are and where we came from and what the earth is. Nikola Tesla tried to tell us that it's just an infinite realm of consciousness that we in. And I can testify that I astral projected one time, and a lot of people gonna turn their nose up at that. But just stay tuned. I'm gonna teach you videos how to astral project. And when I astral projected, many of you can relate to the experience. You did it as a child, but right now you call me stupid for saying it. When you was a child, you had dreams, and in the dream you realized you was dreaming, but you didn't wake up. You stayed in the dream, aware that you was dreaming. So you was in a dream world type matrix world, in a dream that you aware that you was dreaming, and you was able to manipulate things in that realm and make a manifest in this realm. That's all astral projection is. You can tap into the dream world at any moment. You can tap into different realities at any moment. It's infinite possibilities existing all in this one. There's no place you can go outside of the earth. There's no outer space and different galaxies and all of that, because you exist within infinity, and there's no locations for infinity. You can't say I'm gonna go over here because eternity is on this planet. Eternity encompasses all things. You are in eternity and can't escape eternity. So people is stupid talking about, I'm going over here where eternity is. Christians doing the same thing, just like black Kemetic folks. I'm trying to free y'all mind. Again, you can't find a solar system or a globe nowhere in the Egyptian cosmology. Only thing you'll find is Nut and Geb, and that's flat earth cosmology. So we got to clear this up in the black conscious community. We got to deal with flat earth. None of those black conscious teachers want to deal with it, because throughout the years they've made so much money about alien talk, earth being a globe, and we didn't know no better. But now that we have facts that the earth is flat, at least consider them, sincerely look over them and realize that we got to change a lot of our sciences, and what we stand upon is baloney. I know you want to make money and continue selling books about aliens and, different star systems and stuff, but you can't prove none of it exists, and our ancestors didn't believe in none of that. So you Kemetic people, don't go to Samaria to find me a solar system. Find me a Nicholas Copernicus solar system in Egypt and Kemet and Kush. You can't find it. You can only find the cosmic egg with the sky goddess nutched in, enclosing all the life. All right. Only thing on the outside of her is the waters above, people taking their cosmic journey. You can't prove me wrong. So the ego is what make the foolishness continue in the black conscious community, and nobody want the truth, because the lies is what's selling. But we got to have the truth if we want to be free. Otherwise, only a few men will get rich selling the lies, and the people will remain in bondage.